Good morning. A much needed change in the weather. What an amazing sight. A cloudless sky, and things have warmed up and dried out. And I'm all packed up and ready to roll here. So I will be hiking today to Yukonom Lake. That's where I wanted to get to if the weather was going to improve. So I'm really glad that things got better here. All right, goodbye fire. Things worked out great. Thanks for keeping me warm. This is a great spot here. Looking forward to this hike out to the next lake and soaking up this amazing sunshine. When I get to Yukonom Lake, then I will do a display of all of my gear and food and everything, assuming that things stay sunny, which it looks like they probably will. And then probably going to jump in that lake there too. Looking forward to it. Holy crap, that is cold! Not my whiskey there, not that there's any left. Not a huge whiskey fan, but a beer sure sounds like it would hit the spot at this point. So I got a nice little camp here, getting things set up, and the sun is just about to go down over that ridge just above the lake there. All right, sun setting. So, getting the tent set up here. This is a great tent. It is a Sturgis brand. Thus the heavy metal biker skull there. It is a one-person tent, so it is nice and lightweight, and it is very easy to set up. However, it is not a like four-season tent. It is more of kind of a summer tent because you can see it's all mesh here. And so if you want something that is going to do a better job at keeping you warm at night, then you want to get something that has a fabric layer and not the mesh there. And then that is the rainfly. So going to set this thing up. Sturgis ultralight gear. Gearbox 1, I don't actually know what that means. I guess maybe that's the name of the tent. And no, they are not paying me to say anything. I just like this thing. So here's the main part of the tent set up. And one of the cool things about it is it doesn't have those sleeves that you see on most tents. It has these hooks. And these are just a lot easier to set up. And so you just put your pole into the hole there, and then the other side, and then clip these things on. And so here's the tent all set up. It has these convenient clip-in things for the rainfly, and then these stakes get the rainfly away from the main part of the tent in case it rains, and so that keeps you more waterproof. This tent is very waterproof, so that is awesome. And then it also has these additional things that you can tie in or stake in, and that will help you out in the case of wind, help stabilize the tent. And then it has a vestibule, and so since it is a skinny, narrow little tent, there really isn't room to put your backpack in there. And so the vestibule here sticks out, and then you can put your backpack there. And then I'll go ahead and show you some of the other things, the sleeping bag and everything. So camping mattress is very, very crucial, of course. Here we got Wilderness Technology. I got this at Next Adventure in Portland, same as the tent, although I got the tent like a year and a half ago, but I just bought this a couple of weeks ago. Now the sleeping bag is not sufficient. Sierra Designs, I've had the sleeping bag for a long time, and it has been frustrating for me for that whole time because it just is not warm enough. It's fine when you're just camping, you know, in normal camping situations where it isn't too cold, but as soon as you get up into higher elevation situations, such as up in the mountains here, I'm at 6,000 feet here, and it's going to get chilly tonight, then you end up cold. So I have this additional blanket. I bought this in India a couple years ago. And so that means I have extra weight in my backpack, and that is not good. So it is good to get a small, lightweight, but a sleeping bag that is definitely warm enough. So down is a very good option for that because that meets all of those criteria. Gonna zip this thing up, and then I will show the rest of the gear tomorrow because, as you can see, it's starting to get dark here. I already showed you the backpack, REI backpack. Great backpack, I love it. Again, not a product endorsement. Nothing in this video is a paid product placement kind of a thing. Now I'll show you the food that I have. So it's getting on dinner time here, so I'm just going to pull everything out of the bag here and show you what I got in the process. Here I got my metal cup, which I eat my cereal in. So I just have the cup and the pan here, and then a plastic spoon and knife. And here I give you a idea that I wish I had done myself. Inside this handkerchief is a bag of sesame sticks, and the reason that it is in the handkerchief is because the plastic bag broke, and I had no other plastic bags to put it in. So bring extra little plastic sandwich bags like that. Those can come in handy for all sorts of things. More of the soup. This is my last actual dinner that I have. So tomorrow is almost certainly my last day, unless I'm just like, man, I love it here, I want to stay, and decide to stay another day and just, you know, survive on snacks or whatever. Carob chips, almond butter, sugar for the cereal that I make in the morning, the muesli cereal that I already showed you before. I don't know what you call this, but it's from the bulk bins at the health food store. Basically, I kind of raided the bulk bins and got all kinds of cool snacks. And here are fig Newtons, dried papaya, and some kind of peanut, you know, energy nugget kind of things that I haven't even tried yet. They look really good. I just kind of haven't gotten to them, so I'm sure I'll get to that tomorrow. And that is it. Now, of course, there was a lot more food in here before because this is like 3 days into my trip. But this is what I have left for the next like 2 days, so definitely more than enough. So you can just mix it up however you want, whatever you like. But of course, go for lightweight, preferably like, you know, if you could, almond butter, you would try to put it in some sort of other container so you didn't have to carry up the, you know, plastic container there. But anyway, all right, time for dinner. Got to get the fire going. And check that out. That is some hearty looking stuff there. Organic lentil soup with all kinds of veggies in it. But there's no grate at this campsite, so I got to make sure not to dump it in the fire accidentally. That is going to be good. Oh. Down she comes. Hopefully without too much damage to my snacks. It is becoming an amazing, beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. And so I'm going to finally do the gear display here of all my stuff. Not everything. Now I showed some of my you know, larger gear there already. The tent, sleeping bag, camping mattress, and whatnot. I'm not going to go through clothes. You can, you know, obviously figure that out pretty well yourself. It depends a lot on where you're going, what the conditions are going to be like, whether it's going to be warm or cold, wet or dry, desert or jungle or whatever. But look down below the video here for a list of all of the things that you might want to bring. You don't necessarily have to bring everything. It just depends on the situation. I don't have everything here that is on the list myself. For example, I didn't bring mosquito repellent just because I thought because it was a little later in the summer, well, it's, I think, fall now, it's like September 20 something, then I thought that there wouldn't be much in the way of bugs. Unfortunately, that was true. I didn't bring sunscreen just because I didn't think I was going to get all that much sun. I got the hat and stuff, but all depending, that definitely might be something you want to consider bringing. So now I'm going to go through all the things that I have here, spread all over the place. All right, so starting over here, got the, let's see, here we got the towel. I have both this small little towel and then I have a sarong as well, which I haven't really made use of, but just one thing for sort of general purpose use. And then the sarong is something that you could, lay down on the ground if you wanted to sit by the lake, dry yourself off, etc. Pan and a cup, plastic knife and spoon. I don't have the fork that came with that, don't really need that. Map, of course, is very important. Topographic map, extra pair of shoelaces, band-aids, headlamp. This is the bag that some of this stuff goes in. This is a extra water container thing that folds up nice and flat, just as a just in case you need it kind of a thing. Some soap that I haven't used yet, a pen, hat, very important, twine for hanging the food bag, 2 water bottles, toilet paper, sunglasses, compass, toothbrush, toothpaste, my second flashlight, Leatherman tool with knife and various other tools on it, aqua tabs, water purification tablets, lip balm, 1 lighter, another pen, and over here we got more toilet paper, 2 more lighters, scissors, thread, and actually in here also is the needles, and those are very important ones. I highly recommend if your strap breaks on your backpack, your boot breaks, whatever, then you can fix a lot of things that otherwise could turn into one of those really bad situations. And I recommend this stuff, upholstery thread. It's super, super strong. And then here I have my daypack that I use as my food bag, and then a bunch of this stuff goes in there. A handkerchief, and then I have a second handkerchief, just kind of all-purpose, washing stuff out, maybe drying your face off, or who knows, whatever. But they can come in handy for various things. A book that I haven't read at all yet, and my journal. So I think that's going to do it. Of course, there are always things that other people bring that some people don't or didn't know about or didn't think of or whatever. So feel free to comment below the video here and give some suggestions on different useful pieces of gear, brands, information, whatever. So I'm going to just give you one last look of the lake here. I think I'll definitely be jumping in that thing again today, especially since it is going to be a warm one. It is already feeling pretty hot. All right, thanks a lot for watching, folks. Now I just got to get myself out of here. It's going to be a long hike, but hopefully this video gave you a good idea of how to backpack in the wilderness. A big fish just jumped out there. Another thing to bring would be a fishing pole and fishing gear. I would love to have caught some fish here and had that for dinner. So maybe another time. All right, take it easy. Happy trails.